Okay. Hello, this is Valerie Moore. I'm an agent with Federal Financial Group. Federal Financial Group does not provide legal or tax advice. As an insurance agent, I am not an attorney and do not practice law. Any discussion of tax benefits is based on an understanding of the current tax regulations, which are subject to change. You should seek opinions of a qualified tax advisor and an attorney before you make any decisions. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. I do not know if there is something or not that we have that will help you, but I'll go through the areas of study and the areas that we work in. Areas such as increasing cash flow, decreasing debt, and reducing taxes. We also specialize in insurance and annuities and how they possibly could shave years off of your retirement date. After that, if there is an interest on your part, I'll gather some information and I'll get back with you with the specifics to you. There is nothing to buy today, so just sit back and relax. Federal Financial Group is a national company representing several insurance companies and some other financial institutions with billions of dollars of assets, some of which are over 100 years old. What we do is teach people about money, how it works, and how to make it work better for you. Specifically, our goal is to help Americans become financially independent. And to FFG, financially independent means that you have the ability to not work. If you choose to work, that's totally up to you. But the idea of being financially independent means that you have the ability to pick and choose how you want to do things, when you want to do things, in the way you want to do things, and not have to worry about the fallout of not having enough money to do it. Federal Financial has a number of areas that they work in. There are 7 different areas that we work in, and I'm going to cover those with you today. But first, I would like to ask, currently, do you have any plans for retirement? And when do you plan to retire? Oh, great. Let me ask you, at this point in your life, do you have a savings account in place? Okay. Great. What I want to do is touch some of the issues and challenges that face us today, and then talk about some solutions. First of all, in the last 10 years, income has risen, but so has inflation. And as a result of inflation increasing, that has made it so that there are more people that are burdened by debt. And as a result of being burdened by debt, they also lack the security of a savings. And as a result of lack of savings, then they are finding that they are not prepared for retirement and the cost of retiring. There are several statistics out there currently that shows that Americans are saving less. Only 1.3% of Americans are saving. Last year, there were over 1.5 million people that filed bankruptcy. Consumer spending has dropped. Major consumer spending has dropped more than 30%. And credit card debt, on average, is now around $10,300 per person. Of course, there are some people that have more debt and Well, there are a few that have less, but for the most part, we're looking at debt that's quite a bit. It's over 3,000 on average, more than 10,000 for the population between 25 and 65. And that would be the age group that we fall in. The issues, they're never going to go away. The issues of being without savings, the issue of being in bankruptcy, the issue of being without a real retirement. But we offer some solutions, and our solution involves 7 key areas that will help build a financial future. Those 7 key areas includes inspect what you expect. And when I say inspect what you expect, I mean track your earnings and expenditures. Develop a winning spending plan. Step 2, increase cash flow. Earn additional income and manage your expenses. Step 3, eliminate debt. Consolidate your debt, reduce debt sooner. Step 4, develop an emergency fund. Have a plan for emergencies and keep a stash of cash. Step 5, protect what you have, protect it against loss, and ensure family assets. Step 6, build long-term financial independence, stay ahead of inflation, minimize your tax burden. And finally, step 7, estate planning. Prepare an adequate estate plan. There are a number of software programs out there, and FFG, we also have access to a program that will help you track your earnings and your expenditures. And we will introduce this tool to you that will allow you to track your expenditures. The beautiful thing about the program is it gives you an opportunity to track it on the internet, and so you always have access to the program in real time. You're able to calculate your debt and set up programs to allow you to actually plot a program that will carry you into the future. So inspecting what you expect, that's number 1. Number 2, how would you define cash flow? Great. FFG defines cash flow as the money you have at the end of the month. After you've spent your expenditures and you've brought in the money to us, cash flow is what you have at the end of the month. And what you do with that money at the end of the month, that's the money that's going to determine whether or not you have a strong financial future or not. And let me ask, at the end of the year, are you getting tax refunds or do you owe taxes? The reason that's important is because we believe that it's better for you to keep your money as long as you can. And that includes keeping your tax monies until the end of the year. Some of the things we also recommend in terms of increasing the cash flow would be to follow a budget. Reduce your monthly spendings. It's important to know exactly where you are at all times and know the difference between a need and a want. We need some things, we want some things, but sometimes those needs and wants sort of can cross over. Review your savings to see if you are getting enough in order to pay some of the debt. Live on 90% of the monies that you earn. A lot of people live on 100% of the monies they earn and then some. Canceled credit life insurance and credit cards, or cancel the credit card debt. If you choose to keep the credit cards, that's fine, but at least cancel the credit card debt. Earn tax benefits from home-based businesses. And also check qualified plans. Qualified plans that will give you an opportunity to show less money for the year and at the same time increase your tax debt, which will eventually make it so that you have less money that you're paying out because you have the debt. It is recommended that at the end of each year that you allow for monies to be set aside in addition to the monies that are brought in from the taxes. At least 10% of the monies to be put aside for emergencies. The third item is debt elimination. We want to help people eliminate debt, and we use two plans to do that with. There's the debt eliminator plan. The debt eliminator plan basically, I will give you an example. We have a family here a real family that has a mortgage of $144,000, auto loans of $39,000, credit cards of $10,000, and store cards of, say, $1,200. Currently, their current plan allows them to be out of debt in about 26.8 years. Well, with that same debt and that same monthly payment and no refinancing, our debt eliminator program will give you the opportunity to be debt-free in 13.1 years. That includes the mortgage. And if you were to continue to make payments, the payments of $1,100, $1,200, then at the end of that 26.8 years, based on 8% interest, you could have well over $500,000. That's significant, don't you think?